Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very well. Okay, it feels so good to finally be sitting down doing these videos again in my normal setup. Okay, so we are going to be talking about Rosanna Pansino, who has been going full throttle ahead against Mr. Beast on her social media, and everyone has been tagging me in the countless videos she has been posting over the last couple days. We are going to deep dive into all of them now. If you're aware, we made a video whenever I was in LA a couple days ago where she had made her first video talking about exposing Mr. Beast. Now, we are aware of the Rosanna Pansino lore, which basically is that Rosanna competed in a Mr. Beast competition show for YouTubers in SoFi Stadium, where it was like a big game of hide and seek, and she basically exposed him and then went on this podcast tour, exposing him. Just Trish, H3, did a couple interviews here and there, basically saying that he lies and it was unfair, and the position she came in the edit was not the position that she came in real life, and it was this big thing, and I was like, oh my god, okay. So there's now this story about Mr. Beast where he has this game called Mr. Beast Games or Beast Games or something. It's a new show coming to Amazon, and it's basically like the everyday person can win like millions of dollars, and it's basically open to everyone, every age, everything. And apparently it is an absolute mess, and the working conditions are very bad. And so Rosanna has kind of taken it upon herself to kind of platform the people's stories who are in Mr. Beast games, who have obviously like signed NDAs and can't, speak up for them, like full them face talking, like Rosanna is sharing their stories on their behalf. So she's obviously doing this, obviously in the wake of her having the beef with Mr. Beast anyway, for a very similar, reason, but not really, because it wasn't really the work condition she was talking about. It was more so that they just said that she came like 4th place instead of 3rd or whatever the hell it was. But we are going to deep dive because it is going crazy right now. By the way, I love that people loved the background. I have definitely added a few additions over here. We have a photo card from whenever I went to the Pig Cafe in Osaka. We have a bunch of Tay photo cards. We have some other photo cards going on down here as well. We have my love, Felix. We have a Stray Kids poster. We have more down here, and we have Chapel Roan. Basically, I don't want to say everything because I want there to be a couple Easter eggs where you're like, okay, I know that. Anyone picking up on anything? If you are able to name every single person you see here in the comments down below, you will win absolutely nothing but my love and adoration. Before we get into the video, please make sure you're subscribed. I would really appreciate it. And also, the Muckers Finsta, which is my private page on Instagram where you have to get accepted onto it, and we have a whale of a time over there. I'm now accepting more people on. It'll be pinned down below. I have a lot of fun over here. It's basically my place of posting unfiltered. Oh, Daniel. All right, let's get to it. So I'm currently on her page. She's made a bunch of videos, by the way. We're just going to kind of go through her tweets. Rosanna said, I have confirmation from at least 5 people on site that the details in this article are at least 90% true. Lost medication, injuries, running out of food, dehydration, lost undergarments, no hygiene products, etc. Okay, someone said, what does 90% true mean? How do you possibly know 5 people inside the production? Rosanna says, I'm literally a YouTube socialite. Girl, please. I hang out with almost everyone, privately and sometimes publicly. Okay. Rosanna is so popular, you guys. She's basically been quoting tweets about Beast Games, saying, is this real? Mr. Beast treats his fans like literal garbage, world's richest creator, and can't afford ponchos or cover-ups for his fans. Okay, someone said, your Social Blade shows a decline in viewership. Maybe stop being so showy on your rich-ass lifestyle. She said, I haven't looked at my Social Blade in 10 years. I've worked my ass off. I don't destroy Lamborghinis for views. I teach people how to bake, cook, and enjoy life. Enjoy life moments. Someone said, I can't believe it's already over. They built it like it was going to take months to film. She said, they haven't even finished filming. This is only the first round. Next round films in a few weeks. Well, if you want your Mr. Beast updates, just go on Rosanna's Twitter, because it seems that that's all she's tweeting about right now. Okay, I have been blocked by this person, I think. Who's this person? I think I've been blocked by this person. Great. I find out every day that I'm blocked by someone new on Twitter. According to multiple people, the male contestants on Beast Games were not eliminated for violence. Men were hitting and full contact tackling women to get the briefcase first. Multiple women knocked unconscious, which is crazy. Okay, I want to get to one of her videos. So she had done this first one, like we were aware, and then she posted this one, which says, more Beast Game allegations and they're breaking my heart. Okay, let's get to this next one.
I want to keep you guys updated on what I've been hearing about Mr. Beast's Beast Games. Since I posted my video yesterday, I've pretty much been talking with more people involved with the show all day. At this point, I've lost track, but I think it's nearing like 100 people who have reached out to me with their stories. Each person has their own experience and their own opinions, but overall, the stories that I'm hearing just break my heart. I have never heard of anything like this on any set.
I mean, it is really crazy to kind of imagine Rosanna Pansino, dealing with hundreds of people coming to her about their stories with Mr. Beast. That's normally something you would go to, like, I don't know, a journalist with or something, but I guess because Rosanna is, platforming the Mr. Beast, allegations and stuff, I guess she's kind of opening her arms to everyone, kind of exposed. Okay.
I've also heard at least 3 journalists are looking to talk with people about Beast Games. I'm not sure if the journalists want their info posted here, but just wanted everyone to know that it seems it's caught their attention. It's also come to my attention that the first week of filming wasn't actually for the Amazon show itself. It was for Mr. Beast's YouTube channel. I'm waiting to hear confirmation, but it appears they were essentially shooting a YouTube video. I'll have more information about the crew in a future video.
Can't wait.
It looks like this video is basically eliminating the 2,000 contestants down to 1,000. That goes on Mr. Beast channel, and then the Amazon show will be out of the 1,000 contestants, but they haven't shot that yet. So today I want to read a statement from another contestant who shares many of the same experiences with the other stories that I'm hearing. This one is a little long and it doesn't really even begin to scratch the surface, and I truly hope that shining a light on these issues will make the future episodes of the show much safer for contestants. I'm reading this statement with the contestants' permission. I was expecting for this competition to be hard, but I did not expect to endure what I did. It was a show, to say the least. I believe that they were in over their heads and did not plan very well. Here are some of the things I experienced. There was no clear communication between the contestants and production. I think this was because production knew just about as much as we knew. Contestants were being told numerous different things, and it was very confusing and frustrating. No one was using a microphone to make announcements, so it was really hard to hear what production was saying. A lot of things got missed. I had to hear through the grapevine about certain things, like when they had Gatorade, when we could go to medical, when they had snack bags on the last day, when we could get our undergarments, etc. They handed out undergarment bags to everyone alphabetically by last name. I did not receive my undergarments until the second day of filming. These should have been handed out to everyone day one. People were using their undergarment bags as pillows when they slept on the stadium floor. After the first competition, they hadn't fed us in a while and I was feeling lightheaded. I asked someone if they had anything to eat because I was feeling lightheaded, and they told me to push through and basically suck it up. On the first day, after 12 hours of having contacts in my eyes, I asked someone if I could go to medical and take them out, and they told me no. I witnessed 2 people that had seizures, and it took medical several minutes for them to get there. I'm assuming this happened because they did not have access to medication, but I could be completely wrong. Medics should have been there on the field 24/7.
True.
Go at all times. I was told by production they were working up to 20-hour days. As all of us were, we were all sleep and food deprived. The timing between feeding us was not consistent. In the first meal they gave us, around 6-7 p.m., I had no protein. All I had was a little container of oatmeal and a little container of vegetables and a little container of fruit. We didn't eat again until the early morning. For the second briefcase challenge, they reviewed footage for any discrepancies. For the third flag challenge, we were told they would not be reviewing footage and it would solely be based off of what the guards saw. This was very unfair because several people got eliminated when they shouldn't have. I heard people were being pushed.
Okay, I do have to be completely honest with you here. There's a big part of this that feels like Rosanna is doing this just out of spite, rather than actually caring about any of this. Because the stories that she's reading out are about, like, this, where people got eliminated when they shouldn't have. And what does that sound very similar to? I mean, kind of the story that Rosanna was talking about with Mr. Beast on her own behalf. And it seemed that no one really cared in the most respectful way when Rosanna was trying to expose Mr. Beast, because everyone was like, okay, it's not that deep because like you weren't gonna win either way, you know what I mean? They edited around you for like entertainment, and obviously they shouldn't have done that, but I don't think people took her story as seriously as she wanted. So I think that the reason she's doing all this is ultimately to kind of bring it back to herself and speak on her experience. Now that may be completely wrong, and she may genuinely care about all of these stories, but I do have to side-eye it a little bit on why, like, you know, she is so prominently welcoming to hundreds of people opening up about their experiences, and, you know, for her to platform them, like, there's, you know, I'm just gonna let them play.
And shoved by males and challenges, and they were not being punished for it. I received an email yesterday saying they are going to check the footage now and eliminate these people because they take violence seriously. They should have done this during the game and not after the fact. I would say most of the challenges were definitely geared towards strong, fast men. When I returned from the competition, my 3 bags were separated at the hotel and were not where I had originally put them. I had to search for 30 minutes to find all of my luggage. Our sleeping bags and undergarments were all thrown and scattered into another room, and I had to search for that for 20 minutes. There was no organization whatsoever. When all the contestants arrived back to the hotel from the competition, we were supposed to have flights booked for us to go home. I woke up the next day after I got back from the competition with no flight information. With so many contestants trying to go home, I heard that they would not have all the flights booked until a few days later. I had to book my own flight home, use my own money out of pocket to leave because I couldn't wait that long because I had to return to work. They are going to reimburse us, but there is no telling when I will see that money. They gave out feastable chocolates to contestants at times.
Which is Mr. Beast chocolates, which tastes like shit, by the way.
When the next time they would feed us would be, and we were afraid we would go hungry. Someone was denied Benadryl.
If I was starving and those motherfuckers gave me a Mr. Beast chocolate bar, oh, ooh, you have no idea what I would do to them.
Because of their allergic reaction to the food. To wrap up this video, the stories that I'm hearing about the lack of medical care and violence are the most concerning things to me, and the statement I just read doesn't even cover the half of what I'm hearing. I'm also waiting for confirmation that there were only 2 ambulances for well over 2,000 people, the contestants, including the entire crew. And I'm speaking with someone from the crew right now to get confirmation about how many people were on the crew. On every set, there are safety standards, especially for dangerous sets and dangerous shows. And it appears to me that Mr. Beast has not been following them. I'll keep you updated. There's a ton of information to sort through, and I'm trying my best.
Okay, now, here's my thing. I have talked in length. I'm going to pull up, there's other videos that she's made as well. I have been very upfront. I do not like Mr. Beast. I think his content is exploitative. I think there is a hierarchy. I think that he is held to such an amazing standard because he does so much good with his money, when in actuality, that money that he's giving away and stuff, it's probably very likely that he's doing it on tax breaks and, you know, what's the word that people do? Tax write-offs and stuff. You know, if he can argue that the money was for a video, then he doesn't have to pay it in tax, like all this different thing. But what I will say is it's really weird that in these videos, Rosanna will read out someone's story after being like, this is a long one, like buckle up. And then she'll be like, by the way, that one doesn't even scratch the surface of what's actually happening. It's like, then don't fucking read it. Like I don't understand reading someone's story and then immediately following it up with, by the way, there are worse ones than that. We don't know what to do with that information. Also, I cannot clarify enough. I'm going to pull up the other one. So, by the way, she is, like, responding to all of these Mr. Beast hate tweets. Here's another video that she has done. Let's get to this one. Now, again, it just is, like, I don't mean to be a negative person, but it does feel a little bit like, what are your true intentions with this? And if I have to be the only one that'll say it, I mean, at least you know I'm giving my honest opinion on this. It does seem shady, and I don't know what her intentions are, maybe other than just having a vendetta against Mr. Beast because of her own experience, which is fine, but I mean, hiding it behind, like, I want to get to the root of the problem with this. Like, I mean, that is kind of not being authentic. I don't know. Like, everything she's saying, I'm like, yes, if this is happening, it needs to be exposed. But just in all these videos, she's like, I'm working hard. You know, I'm getting to it. I have 100 people lined up. I'm going to be speaking to them about the journalists. I'm going to be deep diving more. I'm going to be spending my time. I'm like, okay. I don't really know how to react to that. But anyways, let's get to this one, which is called Mr. Beast Games Keeps Getting Worse.
Still hundreds of messages a day, and I'm trying to...
See, you know what I mean? She keeps opening it with, like, how much she's deep diving this, or, like, how many people are reaching out to her. And I'm like, okay, one person's story can be as important if you get 500. You know what I mean?
I'm getting still hundreds of messages a day, and I'm trying to do my best to sort through them, but I am dyslexic, so I read a little slower. So just know that if you've sent me a message, I have seen it, and if I haven't responded to you yet, I apologize. I'm trying my best to get to everyone, and I'm just...
She looks gorgeous, though. Hair and makeup looks great. Skin's glowing.
And yeah, so just thank you for all of that. But I wanted to make a really quick video.
Really cute dog in the background, too.
I just received a very interesting email that I wanted to share with you. As I mentioned before, I'm in touch with crew members and people working on Beast Games. I've also been in contact with the people who are the IATSE union, both in Las Vegas, where the first week of shooting happened, as well in Canada, where the next round will be shooting. For those of you who don't know what IATSE is, it's spelled IATSE.
HOTTOGO. I hope it's not something really bad, because I just completely derailed from what she was talking about.
They are the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, and they represent the people behind the scenes who make TV shows and movies. They have over 168,000 members, and pretty much every large set I've ever been on, it's IATSE crews.
Escape the Night, obviously.
I'll have more info on this in the future, but a higher up in the industry who I trust more than anything, literally, you guys, I trust him with my life, and I know that sounds dramatic, but that's truly how I feel about this person. They said that Jimmy and his team specifically requested that Beast Games be non-union. This is for a few reasons. Mainly so Jimmy wouldn't have to pay the crew benefits, but also these unions require very strict safety guidelines. From what I'm hearing as well, Mr. Beast's team was in charge of hiring the crew, and they couldn't find enough non-union people to hire, so they were forced to hire union members. The Mr. Beast team still said they would not pay anyone's benefits. So the email I want to read for you today was sent out by a branch of IATSE to its members in Canada, which is where the next leg of Beast Games is to be filmed. It states the following. I'm going to be reading off the phone. Dear members of IATSE, Mr. Beast...
And here's my thing as well. I'm not saying her speaking out isn't important, because, you know, if Rosanna isn't, then who is? You know what I mean? I think it is important. But based on what happened last year with her and Mr. Beast, that's the only reason that I'm, like, side-eyeing her intentions. But again, failing all that, she's speaking out, and it's great that someone is, I guess.
Beast Games, aka Project Greenlight. And just so people know, like, TV shows and movies have project names, like secret project names, and this one's secret project name is Greenlight, has been deemed an unfair production. As per Section 12 of the Constitution and bylaws, parentheses see below, no member of IATSE is permitted to work on this production. Now this is Section 12, unfair job. No member of local shall work on any job that is declared unfair. For the purpose of these bylaws, any motion picture work taking place within the jurisdiction of IATSE that is not taking place under a signed collective agreement or letter of understanding with a local shall be considered unfair. A member refusing to leave a job declared unfair or which falls under the definition contained herein shall be expelled from the membership. So at a bare minimum, this shows that Jimmy never planned to make Beast Games a union show. He wants to hire union workers, he wants the quality, but he doesn't want to pay for them. In my opinion, and from the stories that I've heard, Jimmy pays very little and did not want to cover people's benefits. Amazon gave Jimmy $100 million to make this game show. That is plenty of money to make a safe show. And I want to know, where's the money going? Like, where is the money going? It's not going to pay for the crew and their benefits. It's not going for safety protocol. It's not going to quality food. And it's just
shady diva
that someone who claims that they want to give back and they care about people doesn't seem to do it when the cameras aren't rolling. And one last thing I just realized, the name for Beast Games project is Greenlight, which is a reference to the first contest on the show's Squid Games where they kill off half the contestants. And I just got confirmation from someone at the Las Vegas shoot that the shoot name there was codename Project Red Light. Red Light, Green Light. In my opinion, Jimmy thinks he is recreating the Squid Games. And I'll just leave you with this. It's a picture of Jimmy on set in an outfit inspired by the villain from Squid Games.
Okay. All right. Someone said we need documentation or a confirmed whistleblower. I'm not trying to be obtuse here. I'm on board with this, but more is needed. Please tell me more is coming. And she said, journalists are starting to reach out to many of the people I'm talking to. I hope that helps with people's confidence in their statements. Well, not really. I mean, they asked for a little bit more confirmation, and she said, don't worry. Journalists have started reaching out to the people that I'm talking to. I hope that gives you confidence. So many people are scared to speak out against the world's most powerful creator. I can relate. The thousands of death threats made me go silent for 9 months. And then the person goes, still, you didn't mention any of the sources. I can understand the argument she is making, though. Okay, so that is another one that she did. Okay, so she goes, I have confirmation of similar stories from multiple people. This person said, I think people forget to understand that there are things that are out of Mr. Beast's control. Rosanna is clearly still upset about the whole hide-and-seek situation. This man has done so many great things, you choose only to highlight the bad. She said, that is not true at all. Mr. Beast has full control of his company and of Beast Games. He is the boss. He literally has executives from his company live with him for years to make a clone that would know what Jimmy would do in every single situation. He's done interviews about it. It's the company culture he has intentionally built from day one. So Rosanna is now telling us that Mr. Beast is trying to clone himself. Okay, so then she goes on to say, what? I'm losing my voice. That's why I would go, what? There we go. That's better. I just have to go higher. What? Oh my God, I lose it. But if I go, what? Yeah, I'll go higher for the rest of this video. What? My first Mr. Beast video is blocked in Canada TikTok. The next leg of Mr. Beast is to be filmed in Canada. Can you please check the link and let me know if it works for you? What is going on? Am I being suppressed? And she goes, OMG, look at the responses. TikTok is suppressing this information. She said it's being suppressed from outside the US. Is it suppressed for me? A video isn't available. She's telling the truth. She's correct. That's crazy. That's crazy that the video is being blocked. That's so fucked up. Someone just goes, no one gives a fuck. Okay. And she's retweeting people saying that they can't see the video. She goes, it's still up on Twitter. TikTok is suppressing it. Someone goes, they're trying to protect their dumbass golden boy. And she said, preach. My first Mr. Beast videos is being suppressed in every country outside the US. And then she responds to some cupcakes. So basically, I did see that. People were saying that the reason it got taken down on different countries is because she showed a clip from the Squid Games, which if you would upload a clip from the Squid Games in basically any TikTok, they have a right to take it down because it's, infringement of the Netflix show, which they don't even allow you to screen record on Netflix. So basically, people were saying that it only got, taken down because of that. Oh, there's another one. There's another video. She's made another. Oh, there's 2 more videos. She's done 2 more videos. Okay. Let's crack on, Rosanna. Let's get to them. She said, I am being silenced.
All right, so this isn't quite the video I thought I'd be filming today, but apparently the first video I made about
Two things. What video did you think you were going to be filming? Cupcakes? Second, I love this sweater. It's very pretty.
Filming today, but apparently the first video I made about Mr. Beast and his Beast games is being suppressed and restricted on TikTok as of...
It literally got like 13 million views though.
Video. It is still up on my YouTube and Twitter, but it had around 11 million views on TikTok. I was simply telling one of the contestants' stories who talks about what appears to have been a very dangerous and mismanaged set. The video I posted is now only viewable in the US. It is blocked in every other country. I have not received an email from TikTok explaining why this happened. As of right now, someone is trying to silence me. I'll let you guys try and guess who would do something like that. So I'm here to tell all of you that I will continue to talk about people's experience on Beast Games because I am genuinely concerned about their safety and well-being, especially for the further future stages of the competition. If Mr. Beast continues to run the show like he has so far, I truly believe something tragic could happen. There has already been reports of multiple seizures, lack of access to prescription medication, many injuries, and much more. I've also heard rumors about what upcoming challenges might be, and I can't in good conscience stay silent. Since someone is trying to silence me, I wanted to say something to all of you. Feel free to download and repost my first Beast Games video to any platform, including TikTok, anything you want. I will not flag or claim the video in any way or at any time. If it does somehow get flagged on any system, please let me know and I'll see if I can release it. Silencing legitimate criticism, especially when it comes to the physical and mental safety of others, is not okay.
Someone goes, what do you think silence means? Because you haven't shut the fuck... Sorry. What do you mean? What do you think silence means? Because you haven't shut the fuck up about Mr. Beast for months. It's a very rude tweet. She goes, suppressing a video is attempting to silence someone's voice. Reading a statement from a real contestant is not illegal. I checked. It just makes Beast Games look bad. They know this and they're trying to reduce exposure of what is going on behind the scenes. It's shady. Someone says, LMAO, you can't compete with men. That's why they shouldn't compete. Keep crying. Fuck your participation trophy. Basically about people being eliminated by the man tackling them. And she goes, I beat Logan Paul. I guess in one of the shows. Okay, and then this is the final one she did. It's titled, These Beast Games Injuries Are Appalling.
Receiving more updates about the injuries on the set of Beast Games, confirmed by multiple people that I am going to be telling you about today. I'd like to read you two
Girl, she needs to start a drama channel. She's got like 5 videos ready to go.
From Beast Game contestants who witnessed the same and, in my opinion, a horrifying event. I've actually received more than 5 statements about this exact situation, but for the sake of this video, I will be reading 2 of them. I'm a very slow reader. I'm dyslexic, so I just thank you in advance for being patient with me. I'm really trying to do the best I can. And in the future, I plan on reading many more statements. I'm currently in contact and I'm talking with a little over 200 people who are involved on the show. Here's the first statement. The lack of water, food, and medical attention was embarrassing and sad. Women and elders injured. I witnessed 2 seizures, a sprained ankle. Staff and medical did nothing to help her, leaving her for hours crying. Teammates were helping console and aimed to get the staff to assist. PAs ignored us. I witnessed a rope literally wrapped around a young woman's neck, choking her out on the red team. Multiple people being trampled on their heads and chests.
What is this show?
Production and Mr. Beast for standing in front of us, encouraging the mosh pits and people fighting over jerseys. Many of us.
My full thing is like, the show will not be able to hide this. You know what I mean? Like, when this show comes out, we're going to see all of this. So, like, it's just hard to imagine. I'm not doubting it, but I'm saying it's hard to imagine that the show is going to be on Amazon Prime and all this is going to be, like, we're going to be seeing people having seizures and elderly people being fucking knocked to the ground and people with ropes around their neck and stuff. Like, there's no way that show would be greenlit. Right? Maybe. I don't know. I believe all this, by the way. I do want to clarify that I believe all of it, but it's just like, what's going on? Like, what is the show?
Nervous for our safety, it was difficult to breathe or even stand up straight. The ones eliminated were discarded without food, water, hotel, or flight home. Without a safe space to decompress, we just sat around the casino at slot machines, delirious and starving. In some cases, for over 24 hours without anything. Spouses and family members were furious. I know one account of someone driving across states to come pick up their loved one. The production's travel department was non-responsive. No one would answer calls or emails. The hotel would not let us rebook unless there was a flight arranged. Here is the second statement from a different verified competitor. The very first challenge, it was 5 teams and 400 people pulling 10,000 pounds. At first, they split us up into 4 teams, A, B, C, and D. So we all lined up in front of the rope. When they told us that we had to split into teams of 400, no one moved. So instead, they said we would get our colored jerseys for our teams. They started throwing jerseys, and this led to me in a mosh pit getting squished. There were 3 other girls around me, but were shorter. We were trying to keep each other from falling as we were getting squished. This was honestly so scary for me, and I know they won't show this. I ended up getting out of the pit and saw a male contestant who had 8 orange jerseys. I asked him for one, and he told me no. The strong young men were picking their teams so they could win. My team ended up being the red team, of older people and rest women. We ended up losing because the people at the end of the rope had fallen down and the rope was choking them. People were on top of each other, squishing them. Production told us we had to keep going and they weren't going to stop the challenge. Well, that led to us stop pulling and start helping those who were hurt. This incident led to 6 other contestants to...
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, the show will obviously show all of this because that's people being eliminated, but like, hi. What the fuck is going on?
Leave who had won. They saw and heard what happened and said that their dignity was worth more. I'm going to stop reading the statement, and I just want to clarify for anyone listening that these 6 people who left were not people who lost the challenge. These are people who won. They were able to stick around. These are people who turned down $5 million or a chance at $5 million because they didn't want anything to do with this production and how people were being treated. When we got into the room where they had us all wait, I talked with some of the younger production team. They said that the game wasn't fair and that the orange team had mostly all strong men. They also said that our team had about 20 to 25 men, who most were old and the rest were women, in a team of 400. This was crazy to hear. They were so not prepared for 2,000 people, and it shows. I'm so glad I got eliminated so I didn't have to endure with the lack of sleep, eating meals that were in no way filling, and the lack of structure. To end this video, I want to directly address the people who are saying, well, they're competing for $5 million and of course it's going to be dangerous. That is simply not true. Productions have been giving away millions of dollars on reality TV shows for decades while still managing to keep their contestants safe. I'm genuinely worried that if changes don't happen on the set of Beast Games, something more tragic will happen. I'll talk to you guys soon.
I'm sure you will. Okay, so she basically has been sharing New York Times journal or articles about it. We'll get to that in another video. She said new updates regarding Beast Games are coming soon. I'm currently working to finish today's baking video. Priorities, obviously. She goes, Mr. Beast PR team trying to explain that the dozens of injuries on Beast Games set were because of CrowdStrike outrage. She's basically calling him David Dobrik 2.0. All right. She tweeted saying, YouTubers trying to avoid having to admit Mr. Beast injured dozens of people for a YouTube video. Okay. And then she's been responding to all these people talking about Mr. Beast. Someone said, is Jimmy supposed to provide underwear? She said, Jimmy's production team took every contestant's underwear and medicine for some weird reason. They were told they'd be given back each night to change, but some were not. Multiple female contestants messaging me saying that the Beast Games still have their underwear. It's disgusting. And then we have her responding to someone talking about pizza, and she goes, "Do you deliver to LA? This does look really good." All right, that is the Rosanna Pansino Mr. Beast update thus far. Again, I hope my snarkiness does not come across as anything other than snarkiness, because I can see that it's important for Rosanna to talk about this. I just think that a lot of it maybe is coming from a place beyond caring about the show, you know what I mean? Or beyond, like, a more personal place, which I guess you could argue, at least, you know, doesn't matter. She's getting her story. I don't fucking know. All right. I'm sure we're going to make another video in a week's time with another couple videos she's made. I will keep you updated. Let me know your opinion. But again, who wants to watch this show? Like, who wants to watch it? I just don't even understand why people watch Mr. Beast's YouTube videos. Never mind a fucking show where he's, like, allegedly abusing people. Let me know. We'll talk about it down below, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.